Hello, How To Bob here, and I made this video to show you how to change the alternator in a 2007 F250 6-liter diesel. Now I'm going to remove this shroud right here just so you can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. It's real tight down in there, and to remove this shroud I just poke a sharp object, I'm using an awl here, into the slots, and it'll push the pins apart. You can see it's just a pointy object that goes into the slots here. You don't have to remove this to replace your alternator, but I'm just doing it so I can make it easier for everyone to see the video here. Now here is the key to replacing the alternator. This little part down here, it's very hard to see. It's a little kickstand and it's on your tensioner, so it makes it a whole lot easier to engage your tensioner down here. It's really hard to see. Let's see if I can get a different angle here. This is the piece we're looking at right here, and you're going to push that in while pulling on the belt. So you can see it moves just a little bit here. Let me show you what it looks like outside of the vehicle. This is your tensioner unit, and right here is the kickstand. In this picture it is engaged, so that's what you need to push up into the slot once you pull on the belt. So I'm going to pull on the belt here, and you have to pull pretty good. It's also nice to have another person to push on the kickstand while you're pulling on the belt. So I just reach down there while I'm pulling on the belt and engage the kickstand. Once I do that, the belt will remain loose. Again, here's the kickstand, and I've got it engaged now, so I can let go of the belt, and you can see it's loose and it slides right off the pulley on the alternator. So I'm going to take the bolts off here using a 13mm socket. Now I've already removed my batteries or disconnected my batteries. It's recommended to charge your batteries once you replace the alternator. Chances are that if you're replacing the alternator, the batteries are not fully charged, and it's not really recommended to put a new alternator in with old damaged batteries or batteries that are not fully charged. So I took them out and they're already disconnected. All I have to do is take these 3 bolts out of here, and then I can tilt my alternator forward, and behind this cap there is a 10mm nut. And this is connected directly to the battery, so that's why I recommend taking the battery off, because if this touches any grounding part of the truck, you're going to get some sparks flying. Not really a good way to go through this. So once I get my connection off here, all that's left on the alternator is my plug, and there's just a little push pin here, and push the little catch in, and I can remove my alternator. So now I've got my new alternator. I'm just going to set it in where it goes and hook up my cable here. Use a new nut that was supplied with the alternator, and I'll tighten that down with my 10mm socket. To get that tightened down, all that's left to do is plug in my plug. I'm going to put this rubber boot over here, make sure that gets covered up real well, and then like I said, all I have to do is plug my plug in here. Should snap right into place. Now I'm going to set my alternator over my 3 mounting holes and try to line it up a little bit, and I'll go ahead and put the bolts in by hand first. These are steel bolts going into an aluminum hole, so you want to make sure that you get these in by hand first so that they don't get cross-threaded. You can put a little anti-seize on there if you'd like to prevent galling or messing up with the threads. So now that I've got them hand tight, I'm going to come and use my socket 13mm to go ahead and tighten it back up. Got them all tight. I just take my belt, slide it over the pulley, and I want to make sure it's all in there all the way, and I'll check the alignment of the pulley on all the other spots, and then I just give a gentle pull, and you'll hear the kickstand fall, and I've got the correct tension. So all that's left for me to do is put my shroud back on, and I just line it up and push it into place. And last but not least, all I have to do is connect my batteries, and that's how you change the alternator in a 2007 F250 6-liter diesel truck. I'm How To Bob. Thanks for watching.